5 AFC Championship games in a row, 3 Super Bowl trips. This is their, what, third Super Bowl trip in the last 4 years.
Yep.
Kev, this has to be one of the greatest starts by a quarterback we've ever seen in NFL history. I don't know about you, but that's how I see it.
I mean, obviously, people call him Baby Goat, right? Obviously, that narrative kind of changed after Tom Brady went and beat him and kind of put him in his place in 2020 or 2021, whichever year that was. And Pat never skipped a beat, honestly. Like, yes, the Chiefs fell short and they didn't get to the Super Bowl last year. Obviously, they fell short in losing to the Super Bowl, but they're still there. It's hard to do the things that he's doing. It's hard to keep that level of success, that level of play at the level he's kept it. I mean, ankle injuries, setbacks, roster changes, it doesn't matter. Patrick Mahomes is that guy. He is the best quarterback of this generation. He is probably one of the best quarterbacks of all time based off what he can do. I don't know why I just basically ate my mic. He's probably one of the greatest athletes to ever touch a football field because, again, what he's able to do with the arm that he has, flick of the wrist, escapability. He's no Lamar Jackson, but he is must-see television. Pat Mahomes on any team is automatically a Super Bowl contender. Kansas City truly hit the absolute lotto in drafting Pat Mahomes and him panning out the way that he did. It's shaping up to be another MVP, so he'll have 2 MVPs in 5 years, 3 Super Bowl appearances, and 5 AFC Championship appearances. Like, that is insane. Like, that resume in just a short span right there is more than a lot of quarterbacks have in a career. So, for the sake of the topic, Patrick Mahomes is him. He is definitely that guy. As much as I love Joe Burrow, we've talked about it. It is Pat, and then it's Joe. Josh Allen is at a far distance behind because he hasn't been able to eclipse or even get to the next step. Dude, it's just insane what Pat is able to do even on one foot. Shout out to Pat, man. There's not really much else I can really say, to be honest.
I mean, Kev, like you said, I mean, at this point, if you were to look at just his resume right now, he's not even 30 yet. Kev, this is a Hall of Fame resume already. I mean, he's already at that point. And you can make a very good case that he may not even be in his prime yet. I mean, like you said, I think this year, without a doubt, this is going to be a runaway MVP as far as I see it. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be unanimous.
Probably not. Justin Jefferson may get a vote. Jalen will probably get a vote.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Pat is going to dominate the MVP voting. But what he was able to do Sunday night on one foot was just spectacular as far as I see it. Because going up against a team like the Bengals in that situation where it seemed as if the Bengals had the advantage going into that game, that was the narrative pretty much widespread going into that game. Maybe if you were a KC fan or if you were kind of leaning towards KC before that game, maybe you thought differently. But just what Pat is able to do just from a pure athletic perspective, he's in basically rare company as far as I see it. Athletically, is he the fastest quarterback? No. But what he's able to do is he's able to bounce out of the pocket, even on one foot, and still make these just wild, wacky plays that KC produces on game in and game out. And even on one foot, there was this expectation going into this game that he was going to be strictly a pocket passer. That did not happen. And, him putting his body on the line, running potentially for, it was either a first down or just try to get the team into field goal range at the end of the game, knowing that he only can really run on one foot. I mean, guys respect that, especially inside the locker room. They know what he's capable of. The fact that he's putting his body on the line, knowing that he's not 100%, that earns respect in the locker room. And I think just the trajectory that he's on right now, the guy's going to be in rare company when it's all said and done. And yeah, I mean, like you said, Kev, 5 straight AFC Championship games, 3 Super Bowl appearances. More than likely, he's going to have 2 MVPs by the end of this season. He's off to a fantastic start. Obviously, there are other quarterbacks that have had, great success in their career. But the fact that Pat's been able to do it this quickly, it's just phenomenal. I'm not even going to get into a GOAT argument yet because, I mean, Brady is far beyond any sort of discussion at this point, even though the Pats had a great start. Pat is not anywhere near that type of discussion yet, as far as I see it. But I will say, just based off of the start that he's off to a great start, and we'll just see whether or not that it could translate in Super Bowl 57 when they go up against the Eagles in 2 weeks from now. But overall, Pat's a difference maker. It's honestly just flat out that simple.